Hi, welcome to 52 Books in 52 Weeks. Welcome to review 27 and 28. Yes, I'm going to cheat for this one, but bear with me. So what I'm going to do for you, first of all, is explain the story. First of all, my local library, has this great app where you can download ebooks and audiobooks to your phone, and you borrow them just like you'd borrow a physical book. You get to hold the file on your phone through the app for 14 days, and then the app removes it and you don't own it, but you get to borrow it. It's amazing. I obviously completely out of touch. I think that borrowing ebooks and audiobooks is great. So my partner and I had to drive from Brisbane to Adelaide. For those of you who don't know Australia, it's a really long way. It took us 2 solid 12-hour days of driving to get there. Part of it then we thought is we'd download some audiobooks, so we downloaded a range of books, and he encouraged me to download some mystery fiction-based books, whereas throughout the entire year I've been reading non-fiction. Firstly, I really enjoyed listening to fiction, so the book we downloaded was called After the End by a lady called Amy Plum. Think Hunger Games, insurgent kind of style, strong, late teen female character saving the world. It's like that. I'm going to be honest, they're not great literature. I feel like people would say the same for Hunger Games and Insurgent. It's not the literature that people get caught up in, it's the story and it's the character. And this was the same. So After the End is about a girl who is living in a post-World War III, post-apocalyptic world where she's in the middle of Alaska with her clan of 40 people who've survived by living out in the wilderness and looking after themselves. And the story follows through what happens as she starts to find out a whole heap of things, which I won't tell you, and everything that happens after that. So the audiobook is about 9 hours long. We listened to half of it on the first day and we were listening to half of it on the second day, finished just before lunchtime. Except what we hadn't realised when we downloaded it and started listening to it, that was book 1 in a 2-part series. So book 1 finished and we both just looked at each other in the car and went, "What?" It finished on a cliffhanger where one of the main characters was about to die and people were chasing them and you didn't know what was happening, and all of a sudden the book just ended and both of us just looked at each other and went, "No! What happens? That can't be it." What happened is then when we get to the next country town that we stopped at and I had enough mobile data, I had to jump onto the library app. Now, unfortunately, they didn't have the second book in the series, which was called Until the Beginning, on audiobook. They only had it on ebook. So what that meant is that I'm standing in this tiny country town trying to get enough signal, downloading the ebook to my phone. And for the next 4 hours of the drive, we would take it in turns. Whoever wasn't driving would sit with the phone and read the ebook out loud so that the other one could hear it too. Yeah, that really happened. So the 2 books, Amy Plum, they're called After the End and Until the Beginning. Let's put it this way, the story was so engaging that when the first one stopped, we had to then read the other out loud to each other just so we could keep up. They are that very sort of teen fiction style of thing, so think Hunger Games, think Insurgent, think strong female lead character who can hold her own in a fight, who's really pursuing and trying to save the world against a giant corporate beast. It's very similar to those sorts of stories. She's, fighting on what looks like the underdog side, but, hopefully at the end of the day wins her way. As I said, you know what, they're not great literature. You don't read it because it's Shakespeare, but you read it because you get caught up in the teen angst that is this story. And it was enough for both of us to want to download the ebook and read it out loud to the other because we needed to know what happened. So they're well worth going and looking up, especially if you like that kind of fiction story. Amy Plum with After the End and Until the Beginning. Go and have a look for them. I thoroughly enjoyed them and it was worth reading out loud for 4 hours in the car, so must be pretty good. That's it for now. I must admit though, this has strongly encouraged me to go and find some more fiction, especially for audiobooks. Up until now, I've been having non-fiction audiobooks as well, so whenever I was in the car or going for a walk, I try and use that time productively to use non-fiction. But I think I'm going to start enjoying that time and get some fiction stories. Download some audiobooks, maybe some mysteries, maybe some teen fiction, and just really enjoy listening to a story again. So if you've got any recommendations for that sort of stuff, jump into the comments down below and let me know. And as always, I will see you in the next video.